child. Hi everybody, my name is Layo George, the founder of Wolomi. Wolomi is a companion app for women of color to help us own our pregnancy journey, find joy, and get better outcome. Did I also mention it was founded by a nurse who ruled the world? Yay, nurses. All right, that said, today it's not about me and it's not about my birth story. Since the start of Wolomi, we've heard countless birth stories, countless journey. And I'm gonna tell you about this one mom, this one Wolomi mom. And to be honest, the story is unique to her, but it's not unique on our collective journey. We've all heard it before as a mom of color. So one day we got we got a message from the app from a friend who said, hey, I really need you to help my friend. She's having problem latching. And as we were talking to this friend, we found that not only is the mom having problem latching, but there was something else. The friend said, I really think she's going through a lot. And so we contacted the mom. And as we were talking to the mom, she was very focused on the latch. But then she started to talk to us about her blood pressure. And I was like, why don't you just tell me what the numbers are? Because, she went to the hospital from where she had a baby. She was about 3 days postpartum. Where she had a baby, she was given this blood pressure cuff, and she was taking the numbers. And she's like, I have called the ambulance so many times. Sometimes I just can't make it. And I call the ambulance. And when they come to my house, they take my blood pressure. It's very different from what I'm getting. And they tell me, you're okay. And they go back. And we started to talk about that. And I told her, what is the number that you're getting? And she told me the number. As a nurse, I was so upset. This mother, 3 days postpartum, should not be at home without her blood pressure medication. So I told her, let's figure out who your doctor is, where you're tangled in all of this. Who is your doctor? She told me who her doctor was. And what's so infuriating about it is that the health system is letting her down. Here she is in the house, 3 days, just trying to latch onto one thing she feels like she could do well, which is feed her baby. So I told her, once I get off this phone, call your doctor, and I need you to make an appointment with this doctor. And no longer are we gonna say, I think something is wrong with me. I want you to say, I need a blood pressure medication right now. And so she called the doctor, and she sent me a message on the app and said, I have an appointment at 8 a.m. with my doctor. Knowing the blood pressure numbers that she had, I could not sleep because I was so worried that this mom might not make it to the next day. But luckily, she went to the doctor's appointment, 8 a.m. the next day. And from there, she was transported to the hospital, and she stayed there for 3 days until her blood pressure came down. And we almost lost her. And that is the story that we hear every day from a lot of our moms, lost in translation, lost in the healthcare system. Well, I want to give us hope. If you're hearing me and you're a mom, you don't have to be part of the statistic. You can create your own tribe. See? Sometimes I'm tired too. I'm tired of having to get a degree to have a child, to navigate the healthcare system. But that is where our tribe comes in. What if she never had that friend who contacted us? What if? I also remember that day that I contacted Ebony. I was like, Ebony, I have somebody. If her doctor does not take her, I need her to come to Community of Hope ASAP. What if I didn't have that? What if she didn't have Wolomi app? We would have lost her for sure. And the issue with losing moms is not only we talk a lot about the death, but what about the suffering? The suffering that happens, the death that happens when we lose a mom, the generation that mom is impacting, the kids she's leaving behind, the family she's leaving behind. And she was this close, this close. So if you're a mom and you're hearing me, if you haven't had a child, you know that create your own tribe. Make sure that you can create a tribe that when you're tired, when you can't go any further, this mom who was just sick with the blood pressure and she couldn't go any further. She had somebody that was advocating for her, that was looking out for her. Your tribe can look any kind of way. It could look like your partner. It could look like anything that you want it to be, but somebody who knows what to do, somebody who can reach out for help when you can't do it yourself. And so that's how you get a great pregnancy journey. And if you're a policymaker, if you're an employer, if you're a health system, break down that wall that makes it look like there's only one solution for a mom. There are different kinds of solution, and allow us to own our journey by picking what that solution is, what is best for us. After all, we are an expert in our own body.